to the Ryder Cup.
When my daughter, who lives in New York, told me she was going to Spain in late September, on a hunch, I checked the dates of the Ryder Cup. Bingo! Never having attended this event and now living in Florida with free housing, it was an easy decision. But the media attention was so great that the PGA denied accrediting me, so my choice was to attend on a day before competition began. Getting to the Bethpage Black course was daunting for anyone in the New York area. And chatting with some of the locals, there were tales of Uber rides costing $1,000 and parking spaces approaching the same amount. Crazy. More trains were added for the Ryder Cup, so for me, it was about as easy as it can get. A 15-minute walk to the Long Island Rail Station in Queens and a 50-minute ride to Farmingdale. After that, leaving the train station and showing a ticket meant a bus ride along single-lane roads to the golf course. Once on site, the amount of construction done for the Ryder Cup was impressive. The shopping area was at least the length of 2 football fields and only exited one way, past the cash registers. The spectator stands were massive. They could solve the housing shortage if converted to condos. There were stations with banks for free phone chargers to keep you connected, unless you forgot to return it. Then your credit card was charged $40. With any ticket, you also got access to food and drink stations. Nothing fancy, hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken sandwiches, and so forth. And there were numerous free drink stations, and with the heat and humidity, you needed them. Navigating the hilly terrain is exhausting. I was a little surprised that the rough, while dense, wasn't as high as expected. But that's the cut grass rough, not the gnarly patches, especially where there are bunkers.
There's a luck factor involved. If you look closely, there are some spotty areas where the ball might just land on a very playable lie. But for us, either way, when you look at what we do when in that situation versus what the pros do, even if it seems like an impossible shot, many times they'll just find a way to pull it off.
Over 20 years ago, when the U.S. Open was being played at Bethpage Black, through a connection with Long Island Golfer magazine, I was given a comp to play the course and could bring 3 other golfers. It was about a 3-hour drive from where we lived, and with an early tee time, we decided to stay overnight the day before. Well, upon arriving at the golf course, we were told we couldn't play. It was shut down because some of the courses were being sprayed to kill an infestation of the Nile virus mosquitoes. Well, as a producer who seldom took no for an answer, they relented. But with a condition, we could not play the first or last holes, as that would cause an uproar from any players who had lost their tee times. Well, the great benefit was our group having the course in pristine condition totally to ourselves. And that was when I learned just how long and difficult and punishing it could be.
I'm still waiting to play the 18th hole at Bethpage, but I have a plan.
When I returned to Woodside at day's end, I had not felt so exhausted in years and had no desire to make a return to the course, opting for another way to see the event.
Here at Rockefeller Center, if you're in New York, but you can't make it to the golf course, they have lots to do and watch and cheer for right here.
A ticket wasn't required to watch the huge viewing screen above the skating rink and cheer the matches on Ryder Cup Live. It was a mini version of the actual site, replete with official clothing, swag, and for me, a chance to play that last hole at Bethpage Black and simulation. I was back home to watch the final 2 days of competition. As a golfer, only a few times have I been in the zone, where the game is played at a level that just doesn't seem possible. Watching Saturday's matches, the European team collectively was in the zone. No matter what Team USA did, it was matched by the Europeans. Almost as amazing was the final day comeback of Team USA, once again showing just how fine a line excelling at or losing at golf can be. Either way, there's no more attending the Ryder Cup for me. It's gotten too big, too serious, and too expensive. Maybe it should be scaled back, restricting the number of spectators, perhaps with a lottery. It's almost impossible to see anything at ground level when the gallery's packed 10 deep. So keep the giant stands for just the last few holes. Yes, nothing beats the excitement of attending this kind of event if you can actually see it. Golf isn't in one stadium, but in an area spread over 18 holes. And the sophistication of the televised coverage has risen to such great heights that for me, it's the only way to go. And one final note. About 2 decades past at the PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando, there was a Ryder Cup presentation. I asked whether they had a Ryder Cup ring to celebrate the winners. The MC of the event thought this was hilarious, and I became the running gag for the rest of the session. Now, recently, a very popular show on Apple TV Plus called Stick is about a former pro star mentoring a young unknown about a missing ring. Here's the scene.
You got your ring back, dude.
Oh, yeah, I do.
How do you lose your Ryder Cup ring? That's like gold. Did you take it off so you could beat your meat or something?
No, I think I was just moving things. I didn't want to scratch it.
Well, there is no Ryder Cup ring. Only the fictional one created for Stick. But I've created my own. What do you think? I believe it's still a great idea. Come on, PGA. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I'm Jamie McWilliams.